You know, you just feel dead, dusty and crusty. I feel dead. Dusty and crusty. Hello world, hello world, hello world. Do I look ugly, dusty and crusty? I don't know. Oh, I was gonna do a video about my, I don't know why I sounded so sad then. I was gonna do a video about the next stage of the PIP assessment. I got my my letter back, my decision back, and I was absolutely expecting not to be rewarded PIP. And I'm kind of annoyed at myself going on the process, to be fair. But in the same breath, like, if you qualify and are eligible, like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't I attempt? So I got my decision letter back, and like, yeah, if you haven't seen my previous videos, hope to God I've linked them on the vid, because I don't really know what I'm... Do I know what I'm doing? I am in a right... I was gonna do another video on my PIP application process. But I feel highly drained from speaking to them yesterday. Yesterday was a really dramatic day for me, because it was supposed to just to like... it was like... Tuesdays are the first days my son's in childcare, so I really feel like those days are a big combination of, okay, relax, level, look at priorities, do some, like, I just really scheduled the whole self-care, the whole, you know, do some actual things I need doing, like the life admin vibes. It's a nice, well-rounded day. Completely forgot I had a phone call with the job centre at 12 o'clock, and it just threw me because, like, I just kind of want to explain. I mean, I don't know what kind of people are watching this. If people who have experienced the same as me, or people who have never been to a job, like even interacted with like the universal credit side of society, do you know what I mean? But the job centre is just a real naff place to be, because it makes you feel really, really horrifically inadequate. And yeah, it just made me feel a bit shit. But do you know what? The woman on the other end of the phone, like, she was genuinely kind and comforting, and I'll be meeting with her on the phone in 2 weeks, and I just need to ensure that I thank her and apologise for getting triggered. Because it feels like a lose-lose, and I'm just going to use myself and my life as an example, and I'm one of like so many examples of, I'm going to say it, I want to say women, or single parents, the full-time single parent, the main parent, yeah. I just feel like it's just very, 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 very difficult to, like, I don't feel like it's difficult, it is difficult to reintegrate into society in like a way that you know is going to be good for you. And so yeah, this conversation with the job centre was essentially like, well, you know, your son's 3, it doesn't really matter that you're studying, you need to find a job. And I'm like, I do get that, I do, but I honestly need a minute. Can I just have a minute, please? Like, I'm really... And I'm just kind of tired of explaining my mental illnesses, when actually they're diagnosed and all you need to do is check with the doctor. It's really starting to jar me now. Anyways, for me to not get contacted by the job centre, or to not get contacted by them, to have to commit to your shit, yeah. Where was I? Yeah, I just kind of... Oh, I need to get a doctor's note. No, this country kills me. This video is so unorganised. I was going to talk about my PIP stuff, but I actually just want to talk about how much, like, this current society and country is just too much to bear, if I'm completely honest with you. And I'm going to use my life as an example, because it's just too much to bear. I'm 27, right? I am, like, cripplingly lonely, and I'm not the only 27-year-old or late 20s, early 30s, whatever. I'm not the only person to experience loneliness, right? But it's just crippling, and it's really painful sometimes. Like, I can feel the pain in my chest, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I feel super alone at the minute. Like the last few days, just because I've been triggered and had a bit of a flare up, unintentionally, obviously. Like, I've tried to control whatever aspects of my life and present being as I can, but sometimes it just all feels so much. So yeah, like this like country, I can't cope with it much longer. And I'm like, do I just sit tight and hope and pray that things get better and things come into my realms and life starts feeling less painful? Or do I continue to work on myself, which I'm going to do regardless anyway, and try and reintegrate into society as it is at present? I am trying. So at present, yeah, I am a full-time single mum. I'm unemployed. I'm a part-time student training as a therapist. And I say part-time student because I've had a few months off. I am in the second year of my course, but I'm actually starting the 4th academic year because it's just, life's hard and things take time, and I'm fine with that, right? But I just need a hot minute. I've had a few months out of like life because like the mental is just, it's just been hard, you know, it's just been hard. And I am now again at a point of feeling, I mean, I felt like I do feel like I'm getting to a good space, and it's all good vibes, you know, healing's not linear and all that. But like, yesterday I was just so madly triggered by Universal Credit, Job Centre Plus, the DWP, Personal Independence Payment, and like, my body, my CPTSD, I've flared up. Because of the interactions I've had with these systems that are supposed to actually help. And now where my anger lies is, this is just gonna keep on happening. And I could have another conversation with one of these places tomorrow, yeah? And it could be not as triggering, and that's based on how I've managed to set myself and how things are and how the conversations go. But like, that's not my point. My point is like, these systems are so jarring, and I will do a video on my PIP experience and the response, and I can't explain what it's like. Like, it's really sad because some people on the other end of the phone with Universal Credit, Job Centre, whatever, some of them, like, you can like really sense the kindness of like, I'm really sorry, but this just is what it is. But like, I had this PIP assessment, like reassessment yesterday, which I didn't even realise what was going on. Like, I didn't even realise what was going on, really. It was just all so rushed and confusing, and my emotions were so heightened, and like, the poor woman on the other side of the phone was a robot. I could literally feel her reading off a script. I don't even know if they read off scripts, but I presume so. And like, I would just, yeah. After speaking with them and experience yesterday of how I've been left to feel, I feel even more lonely because I don't feel like anyone understands unless they're on these things, and I don't know too many people too heavily who are on these things. And the people that I do know that are claiming these things, I feel like I don't want to burden, or I'm frightened that I'm going to bring up or like trigger them, which is something I need to like be conscious of. But yeah, I think interacting with these systems makes me feel extra vulnerable. I don't feel strong and powerful. I don't feel assertive. I don't feel like an adult, and it makes me feel quite sick and uncomfortable. And I'm just like, does anyone know this? Does anyone know how Universal Credit and the Job Centre and PIP make you feel? If I wouldn't be on this if I didn't have to be. If I didn't claim this, I don't know what I'd be, but I wouldn't be housed or cared for. And see, this is where I start to be like, I am appreciative though, which I am, but I'm so brassic poor, and I am in pain and I'm really not on... Do you know what it is? It's the short-term future for me. Like, long-term future is great vibes. I'm going to complete my course. I'm going to save, get a job, get things together, blah, blah, blah. In my own little therapy world, therapy realms, with therapy people who have therapy minds. Just, you know? Oh, it's so hard to just breathe. I feel sick. But the short term is just like, oh my God, I was actually going to cry and I stopped myself because I don't need to cry. Just because it's overwhelming. I don't need to cry just because it's overwhelming, but it does help to release all those feelings. My bones and my body just feels limp and weak, and I am going to give myself credit because I have still been continuing to look after myself. Minus the food aspect, it's not great vibes on that. Yeah, I'm just sad and angry really, and I'm just really angry. I'm really angry because I know who created these systems and makes these systems and is in charge of them and alters them, has more than likely not experienced them, and what they can do to you, especially to someone who has existing mental illnesses and difficulties. Complex PTSD is actually very, very, very real, and a lot of people suffer with it, and it's not widely diagnosed, and I haven't been officially diagnosed with it, but it's very real, and all of this like re-triggering, I get it, life's triggering, yeah, but if I read to you what that PIP letter says, and I will read it in my video regarding PIP, it just how it reads is so invalidating and dismissive of mental illness. Because I can care for my son, I don't need any support. Because I'm at uni, I don't need any extra support. Because I'm completing a postgrad. Because I go to the gym, because I go to the gym and swim, I don't need supporting, is what I got from the letter. And yeah, some of the things, yeah, it's just, I will go through the PIP letter because it's actually interesting for people who have never seen it. That will be the next video. Well, actually, it might not be. I filmed a few videos of me after therapy. I'm not sure if I'm going to share those yet because it's just vulnerable, isn't it? It's just a vulnerable thing. But I needed to speak today because I feel lonely, and I feel less lonely, and actually more lifted, and my energy's heightened after filming, and then I have to rewatch it to edit it, and that does a lot for reflection and self-work. Sometimes when I realise I dissociate, I can't get words out, which is weird. It's like a blockage of verbal. I get emotional because I'm dissociating and thinking about my future, I think. But am I? I don't know. But I've just thought about my future. And it's going to be gorgeous. It just feels really, really, really far away, even though it's not. Because there's so much in between that's just so meaningless and pointless. Oh. But we'll get there. And that is literally it. We will get there. We'll get there. All I have to be is consistent. All you have to be is consistent. Be consistent. And keep going. And eventually, yeah, things will pay off in ways that I won't be able to imagine, I hope. Be consistent. Be consistent. Be consistent.